raindrops never actually fall. They are motionless at the instances of time which constitute the falling.
Hello everyone, welcome to the video, and of course with every new patch there are more characters, which means there are more character lore videos. So let's start with 37. In the game, 37 is referred to as the brightest star of Hermes, but weirdly, Hermes in Greek mythology is known as the messenger of the gods, and it has nothing to do with the truth that the game is suggesting, with 37 being the seeker of truth. Now it was a bit confusing for me to understand at first, and then I tried to look at it in the bigger picture and it became a little bit easier for me to understand. In storytelling, the brightest star is often metaphorically used to describe something or someone that serves as a source of guidance. So we have Hermes, a messenger with something important to tell, along with Star being a guiding light. A messenger of truth could be a pretty good description of Star of Hermes. And this gives us a pretty good idea as to what kind of impact 37 might have in the story.
No way!
Now, along with this interpretation, even during the version 1.4 livestream, the developers gave us a bit of a hint. The allegory of the cave, a famous philosophical concept by Plato which uses the metaphor of prisoners chained inside of a cave to convey his ideas about knowledge, truth, and reality, basically illustrating the quest for knowledge, the challenges of understanding, and trying to communicate the truth to the world that's pretty much filled with ignorance, which is really cool because even this hint goes back to 37 being a messenger of truth.
You're back. Of course you are. Because this place is the origin.
Another interesting thing that the story constantly focuses on is how special the number 37 is. An irregular prime number. Now, if you have no idea how irregular prime numbers are determined, first I have to explain. Okay, for now, let's forget how we figure it out. What's more important is why they're so important. Irregular prime numbers are significant because they defy the typical patterns of a prime number. And by studying these irregular primes, it helps us better understand the structure of numbers and arithmetic. If that meant absolutely nothing to you, let me try to make this into a reverse 1999 lore lingo. Irregular prime number, the truth. Now 37 is the smallest or the first irregular prime number. So by studying 37 and its irregularities, mathematicians gain valuable insights into number theory. 37. The truth. And with that said, going back to the whole brightest star of Hermes thing we talked about earlier, 37 being the name of one of the main characters in version 1.4 does give a nice touch to something more meaningful in its presentation. And now with her name explained, let's speed run through some of her additional lore that I found interesting.
The Mandelbrot said, I'm a part of the set, just as I'm part of the island.
What she's referring to is the Mandelbrot set, or this. Basically a complex fractal shape that is created through a mathematical formula, and people often do refer them to different islands because of their appearances. Which is funny because 37 says she lives on the island and she's part of the island. But what's even funnier is that 37 is actually not even part of the Mandelbrot set, which also hilarious. It gives her a bit of more personality on top of already being such a nerd.
What?
Next, we got the Apiron School, a fictional school located somewhere within the islands of the Aegean Sea, which was basically a reference to the Pythagoras school. And when it comes to appearances, even her outfit seems to be hiding some lore as well. Her base outfit is what's known as the chiton, a common tunic-like fabric worn by men and women in ancient Greece. But once 37 obtains her insight too, she wears what's known as a himation, a long and more gorgeous outfit that signifies a symbol of status and dignity, representing their elevated status with divinity or heroic qualities, which once again goes back to the lore that we discussed earlier, the brightest star of Hermes, a guiding light, a messenger of the gods. Overall, I think 37's visual design and backstories are quite amazing, and I can't wait to learn more about her throughout the event. But speaking of guiding lights, let's talk about her second character, a star that shines so bright, making her basically a 6-star character that everybody needs and loves.
Agents have guns. It's called common sense.
So Bkornblume is a spy for the Stasi, which is basically short for
Staatssicherheitsdienst.
It basically means Ministry of State Security of the GDR, or German Democratic Republic, also known as East Germany following World War II. And as the spy of the Stasi, Bkornblume is seen monitoring and gathering information on individuals. But the cool thing about Bkornblume that I really respect is that even though her job could be argued to be pretty sketchy, she's a spy that wants to protect peace and dreams of a free society. And so, in order to protect this dream, she constantly lies on her reports. But because she's so overly detailed about her fake reports, nobody seems to question her, assuming she's simply just telling the truth.
Be quiet, my old pal. You always let me hear everything.
Now, aside from what her job is and who she's affiliated with, when I was first introduced to Bkornblume, I was confused about her name. So I decided to do some research. Bkornblume is basically a code name, or to be more specific, a new code name that she decided to give herself instead of her old code name SCHKA7 or Ska. Bkornblume with the B in the front literally is a combination word of blue cornbloom, or simply blue cornflower. And while blue cornflowers don't really signify anything directly related to the concept of peace and freedom, it does have some sentimental meaning associated with Germany, such as expression of national identity after World War II, or remembrance of the country during and after the war. If anything, it could just be a reference to traditional symbolism of Germany where Bkornblume is from. I was also curious on what her original codename SCHKA7 meant, and using context clue of German history at the time and couple Google searches, I learned that SCH stands for Sachgebiet, which translates to department or division, probably within the Stasi, and KA likely shorthand for Kaiser, which translates to district office. And of course, 7 is her identifier. And just for random fun, this year it's translated like this. And no, I will not attempt to pronounce these words. Now, for some additional small interesting bits of lore, it seems that her future goal is to become a late night radio presenter. But funnily, she apparently became a journalist instead. Or at least with her investigation kit and her old habits, maybe she's closer to being a detective. But whether she will stay as a journalist or become Regulus's #1 radio host rival, I hope that she will be able to take all of her experiences from the past and use it for the future, for the dreams of peace and everybody's happiness.
Seeds will grow up with the kiss of raindrop. So does hope.
Traditional symbolism of Germany where Blah! Oh, I had it! Mandelbrot? It's... I'm learning math over here. By the way, if you do want Bkornblume for absolutely free, make sure to play the game in version 1.4 because there's an event going on called Carnival Invitation event, and you can select your 5-star, free 5-star, absolutely free. Bkornblume, pick Bkornblume. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like, subscribe for more future content like this one. And I just want to say thank you Reverse 1999 for sponsoring this video. I have a blast every time I make these videos, and these two characters, 37 and Bkornblume, are actually one of my favorite characters in the game. And with that said, make sure to play version 1.4 because it's actually pretty huge. If you haven't tried the game out yet, make sure to try it out. There's a link in the description of this video. Make sure you download it, try it. It's a good game. Just try it out. I've been having a blast. I've been literally logging in every single... Okay, I'll stop rambling. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Peace.